In this video, we're going to walk you through a day in the life of a customer success engineer. I'm going to document my entire day from start to finish so that you guys have an understanding of what this role actually looks like and what you can expect if you're looking to transition into this kind of role. Anyways, let's get started. Alexa, what time is it? So usually the first thing I do every morning is pull open this Google Sheet here, and this tracks my progress on all the lead measures that I've set for myself on a weekly basis, and it generates a score. And at the end of each week I get a score, and I shoot for an 88 or above, and this allows me to kind of gamify my life. And it's based on a management methodology called 4 Disciplines of Execution, which is similar to OKRs. And what's cool about Google Sheets is you can extend it with your own code. So I've done things like hooking into the Oura Ring health device that I wear, and it will pull in my sleep scores into my Google Sheet, which ultimately does affect my score for the week. So you end up with this really cool like biochemical software application that basically, if you get a good score on a weekly basis, you'll end up generating the results that you're looking for. So this, I think, gives me a really nice advantage, and it's quite literally a way for me to use my software programming and technical expertise to improve my life.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Doing all right.
There were some events that needed some optimization, like the decimal place wasn't in the right place and it was throwing off the numbers. So as of yesterday afternoon, pretty much every metric looked good to me. Obviously it's not retroactive. So real quick, I just wanted to provide some details about what a customer success engineer does and like where that role fits into a larger organization. So I would only be working for a company that is selling large deals to like the Fortune 1000 companies. Like say for instance, you take Zoom, video conferencing software. Zoom sells to consumers, prosumers, and also businesses, but because they're selling to consumers, like it wouldn't really warrant a whole success team to support that client because the lifetime value of that client is so small. But if you're like, for instance, Salesforce, and you're selling deals that are 6 figures and 7 figures per annum to companies, then it makes sense to create a small glorified support team called customer success. That team usually consists of an account exec, which is the sales rep that's sold into the company, an account manager whose job is to get retentions and renewals and that sort of thing. Usually a business consultant or customer success manager who's more in the day-to-day of like prioritizing and organizing that client's needs and that sort of thing. And then there's a technical role, which is referred to as customer success engineering. That's my role, or solutions developer, solutions engineer, that sort of thing. There's kind of some interchange there with the nomenclature. But what my job is say I'm working for Salesforce and we're selling to Nike. Salesforce requires a bunch of configuration that I would help with. I would help with any sort of technical related issues regarding onboarding. I would help with triaging and troubleshooting bugs. Third-party integrations. They may decide that they want to move the Salesforce data over to another data lake, or maybe they want to create some bespoke integration with some other tool. I would be doing that engineering. And what's nice about it is, instead of working solely on a code base, day after day, as I would if I was strictly in an engineering role, I get to work on these kind of bite-sized projects, and I also get to kind of be where all the action is, because I'm working with the customer and I'm seeing them
in the field derive value from the software. So you kind of have this nice vantage point where you get to kind of see everything that's going on.
Tim, as there's an IT, I just chat a little to Tim. We had a chance to look at that.
Yeah, I was actually just looking at it before the call. I'm going to do two things. One is I'm going to sync the rules from prod into IT just in case there was anything missing there. And then two, I'll just, I'll monitor sessions and I'll let you know. Maybe it is net new and we haven't covered it, but my guess is it's there in prod and just hasn't propagated over to IT. So I'll let you know the verdict on that.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later. You know where to find me.
All right, see ya.
Awesome. Thanks, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Hey guys, so I wanted to give you a little behind the scenes on my work setup here. So my apartment has like this kind of odd alcove, which I've designated as my office. You know, I have this painting here in the background, which kind of adds some flair to my Zoom meetings. My workstation here, I do use a standing desk from 9 to 5. If I end up working before or after 9 to 5, I kind of allow myself to sit on the couch. It's kind of like my little treat. But very good for your health to stay standing, and I have back issues if I sit all day, so works for me. I have my primary workstation under here, which is my MacBook Pro, and it's just connected through a USB hub, a USB-C hub, and I have like a 33-inch screen here, which is really nice. I have a phone charger readily available. I have a jailbroken iPhone that I have to use for certain aspects of my job. I have some books here, and then a nice kind of view outside, which gives me some nice sunlight. And you know, one thing I would say is that sometimes people talk about like this digital nomad lifestyle where you're gonna like work out of coffee shops and stuff like that, and I personally don't think that is realistic. I think you know, dropped internet connections, like noise in the background, not being able to get food and go to the bathroom, like this is all stuff that like you should not be contending with. It's gonna slow you down, and like you want a workspace where you can just come in and focus on your work and go. And like you really want to optimize that, because like where else does productivity come from, right? So you can't be dealing with like trifling with little issues and things like that. It's just going to slow you down. So.
Basically what I think is happening is, like, I think it's the client JavaScript that ends up enforcing the 3-minute threshold. I think the server or firewall or wherever the request is hanging, I think it would hang indefinitely. But I think our JavaScript, like this worker.js file, that has logic that says if the service worker exceeds 3 minutes, then terminate the request, and then it throws the error to the console.
Okay, that's all I need for now. And I'm hoping this allows me to tie to a very specific TCP stream, at least I don't know what exactly I was talking to. And okay, thanks, sir.
That's it.
Bye.
So this just beef, corn, and peas with this guy, taco seasoning, which does all the heavy lifting in this recipe.